Hey,
What?
listen up and hear me out. It has been weeks since I posted here, and there's a reason behind all of it. Long story short, Apex's rank system is just dead. Started playing DayZ, some Overwatch, nothing really gripped me. Then came Tarkov. If you've been seeing my past streams here on YouTube and now live on Kick, go follow the Kick channel, links in the description. You've seen that I've been playing Escape from Tarkov. This is probably my 4th or 5th time really trying this game out. The other times that I've tried to play this game have all happened when my main game, Warzone, Apex, or whatever else, wasn't fun to play. So I would play Tarkov. Usually wouldn't last very long. I'd get one tap too many times and decided to say, I'm out. But right now, I'm hooked. So today's video is gonna be all about Escape from Tarkov, if it's still good in 2023. And this video is gonna be predominantly for people who are looking for a game to play. You might be like me and don't really have a game that has got you gripped. A lot of the first person shooter scene is pretty much dead. So this is me just sharing on why I have decided to play Tarkov and a lot of the amazing things that are be coming in the rest of the year and the coming years. If you do like this video, like it. If you love it, make sure you are subscribed. Got the notification bell on, and like I said before, I am live streaming on Kick now. We might dabble on YouTube over here, but that is to be determined. Let's get right into it. So Escape from Tarkov. This game came out in 2017. You may or may not have actually heard of this game. It got pretty big once it released, and a lot of the bigger streamers like Summit, Shroud, even Doc played this game a lot. But over the years, it has definitely fluctuated in popularity. On the surface, it is a hardcore extraction looter shooter. You pick the map you want to run, you pick the kit that you want to run, you go in, try to find valuables, kill players, and extract before the time is up. Now on a deeper level, this is actually a RPG game as well. You have different skills the more that you play. For example, stamina, pretty obvious. The better the stamina, the longer you can run. Strength, which helps you ADS longer, jump higher, etc. You also have a hideout that you have to find certain valuables to build certain parts of your hideout, like a firing range, a med bay that produces meds, and even a Bitcoin farm, where Bitcoins are one of the most valuable items in the game. This will pump out one for you. All on top of that, there are going to be quests through traders that give you certain tasks on certain maps and to do certain things. All of this combined makes each single raid unique with the gameplay and the aspects that can change in an instant, as well as your objective on any given raid. Now that we know kind of the basics of Tarkov, might be asking, why Tarkov? I will admit it's a pretty significant change going from a Warzone streamer to Apex streamer to Tarkov streamer. It's definitely something very much out of my wheelhouse. I'm used to having movement in a lot of different games. I'm definitely like an SMG type of player where I push everything, try to break cameras, break ankles, and in Tarkov, it is very different. So with all the things that I mentioned about what Tarkov is, hardcore shooters are some of the most rewarding and unforgiving games in the FPS category. You could do hours, if not days, of grinding towards a certain gun, quest item, objective, kills, you name it. And you could get one bullet into the head and you might have something on you that is extremely valuable and it's gone. But being on the opposite side of that, of gaining something valuable, getting it out as an extract, is some of the most rewarding feeling I have ever had in a video game ever. The time to kill on this game can definitely vary. I know a lot of the clips that you see are probably people just getting one tapped. And as a wipe progresses, and this might be obvious, but a wipe is when everybody goes back to zero, everybody loses everything that they've been grinding, and it keeps the cycle of the game flowing. So wipe is actually going to be in a couple weeks, which is why I'm making this video. But there's different armor classes, there's different ballistics, how much they penetrate, the damage on them, how many bullets it's gonna take, etc, etc. The depth of this game is insane. So the actual gameplay itself is actually incredibly rewarding. The fights are very strategic. Fights can get very chaotic. And in the upcoming update, we will have presets for weapons as well as kits. A big downfall of Tarkov is how much time it takes to re-kit yourself between raids. It can take anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes depending on how much gear you have. If you don't have a lot of gear, like how I don't have anything right now, it can definitely take 10 to 15 minutes, especially if you're with other people. That on top of weapon customization is absolutely one of my favorite features. Coming from like Call of Duty where you get the 5 attachment slots, on Tarkov it's you get 30 attachments if that's what you want to do. Throw the most insane stuff onto a gun and just adds that layer of customization, which is absolutely brilliant. As I said before, once you play a game like this, it's really hard to go back to different games. The risk reward factor is at an all-time high over any other FPS game that I've played. So when you have that reward and you get that adrenaline and dopamine rush, there's really no other game that makes you feel that way. Now, not every game is perfect. Tarkov definitely has its issues. As I told you in the beginning, I'm a newer player, so a lot of these issues I really haven't experienced on a day-to-day basis. But first and foremost, Battlestate Games, who makes Tarkov, can be really inconsistent. I don't know whether it's a philosophy thing, a team size thing, a Russian thing. They're very vague with a lot of their updates and what may or may not come, if something is actually going to be fleshed out and functioning or completely broken. On top of that, the game is definitely buggy sometimes. This definitely will take a nicer PC to run consistent frames on, and frames have actually been something of topic recently that hopefully that there is a hot fix coming in this patch, if not the fall patch. My God, the worst part about this game is just starting, man. Myself as well as some of my friends, we've talked about playing Tarkov for a long time, but you always have this fear of starting to play Tarkov. You have to learn all the maps. There is no UI. You have to learn extraction points, spawn points, where valuables spawn, and there's like 8 different maps right now. On top of all of that, there's a skill gap. So much so that a fight could either be drawn out because of good angles from both players, or if there's a veteran holding an angle that he knows somebody's gonna peek, and as a new player, you don't know that, it takes one bullet to send everything back to the lobby. As I said before, when you have those moments of actually being on the opposite side of that, magnifico. Lastly, I want to talk about what is coming for Tarkov. And this is some of the stuff that I'm most excited for. Like I stated before, we do have a wipe this month. As of right now recording this, it is August 4th. It's kind of in theory or speculation that the wipe will be in the first 2 weeks, if not the 3rd week of August. And this should be a perfect time to jump into the game. Also, we have this roadmap with a ton of key features that are going to be installed into the game from now until December. I would just pause the video if you want to read some of this stuff. Last 2 biggest things. These are absolutely the 2 most important features coming to the game. Number 1 is going to be arenas. A 5v5, 6v6, team deathmatch, domination, Call of Duty-esque type of gameplay. Now, a lot of players will love this, including myself, because Tarkov actually really does have fun combat. But when you're constantly afraid to lose something, checking the corners, checking for rats, etc., there's not really a fully optimized way just to play Tarkov. There's offline rage, you can go to factory, go shoot some bots, really good practice actually, but it's still missing that heart of the PvP action. And that's where arenas is gonna come in. It's rumored that it's gonna be coming out this fall, so in between this August wipe and December wipe is what I'm assuming. And that is the main driver for me on why I'm so excited for Tarkov from this point on. When I've played Tarkov before, it's always been at this point in the wipe where it's almost over. Everybody has the best gear, the best ammo, and the best guns, and I have none of that and can't see anything, can't shoot anything, and I'm just mechanically bad because I'm new to the game. Yeah, not fun. So arenas will actually be a lot of fun because you can practice combat, constantly get into games, and there's actually supposed to be cross progression between your arenas player as well as the base game of Escape from Tarkov. So arenas, very much excited for. Lastly is the end game of Tarkov. Just like Fortnite and every other AAA game right now, it's in beta, and the current state of the game does not represent the final form of the game. It's basically a way for companies to say, here's a product, it's not finished yet, but you can buy things and play it if you want. The end game for Tarkov is that all of the maps will be connected into one open world. And if they can pull this off, oh my God, this will be insane. I don't know how it's gonna work if there's loading screens between maps, but nonetheless, I think a open world extraction shooter in the next couple years, hopefully, would be massive, and it would hit the market just at the right time. Which brings me to my last point. In July of 2017 was actually the closed beta for Escape from Tarkov. That following December in 2017, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds came out, and thus gave us the next 6 years of battle royales completely ruling the gaming scene. And it's been great. I have loved battle royales since day one, but I really do think that people are tired of them. They're getting a little stale. There have been so many games that have failed and tried to make a battle royale, and with Call of Duty kind of just Apex ranked season, I mean, Apex is fine, but it's more of a niche, I would say. Fortnite being a kid's game. You don't really have a lot of these heavy hitters that once were. And after seeing Tarkov and what its promising future is gonna hold, Dr. Disrespect's vertical extraction shooter, Bungie announcing and teasing their extraction shooter coming out, I really do think that extraction shooters are going to be the next craze. It brings an element of not only survival, PvP, high intense situations, and moments where you may not even be fighting, but you find something valuable. And just to get out of that map and into your stash, that alone is an insane adrenaline rush. So that is pretty much all of it. I will put my Discord in the description below. We got a lot of good boys who are running Tarkov right now. So if you either want to join up and find a team or run with the homies, we're definitely looking for more Chads to play the game with. And for the first time in a long time, I am very, very excited about what this channel holds and just the content to come and the streams to come. It's been a tough few months since I've kind of gotten burnt out on Apex, trying to figure out which direction I'm gonna go, games to play, content I want to make. And this is the first time in months that I'm actually really excited, not only about a game, but the content that I can produce with it. So if you stuck with me and you stuck with this channel through Warzone, Apex, and God knows what else, I really, really appreciate you, and it means the world to me, and I'm very excited about what the future holds. Thank you, I love you.